You can send them to the hospitals of the world that value them and need them and could not get along without them. This was a part of the network of saving the planet that Dikembe Mutombo and his family have given their lives to. We're grateful to you for continuing your presence here in remembrance of him, but I hope it's not just a remembrance of the tall, handsome, vivacious, big boy's brother. I hope we take up his task and see to it that those less fortunate around the world are given the opportunities and the blessings that he shared with so many of his brothers and sisters from Africa. God has blessed us, and Dikembe Mutombo would have us pass those blessings to all of God's children. Thank you, and God bless you.
Greetings, Madam Mutombo and family. My wife, Clara, and I, and my entire family, express our deepest sympathy for the passing of your husband, Mutombo. He was an icon, a brother, a legend, philanthropist, a man that believed in teaching. He taught young kids how to follow his lead. He is my friend, he is my brother. The passing left a void in our house as African. Our giant is no more. I just want to express my deepest condolences and sympathy to you and to the people of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Africa will be missing. The world will be missing. He was such a wonderful soul. Every time I see him play, when he made a block, he waved his finger to tell his opponent, this is my territory, don't try it. I am Mutombo, a kind soul, generous soul. During our elections, I spoke with him. He promised he was going to come when I win. Yes, I won. He came to Liberia to attend the inauguration. We shook hands, we had fun, we laughed. He promised that he's going back to America and he will be back to visit. Yes, he came back. He visited. There he inspired a lot of young basketball kids. Oh, what a moment. I was present. I had even the opportunity to make a shot by his teaching, because that's the game he knows, basketball. But there's a man that Africa will never forget. He's engraved in our hearts. He's our African legend. He's our father, he's our brother. But please take solace in the Lord. God give it and God take it. A souvenir is what he left with me. Basketball without border. Rest in perfect peace, and may light perpetually shine upon your soul. Farewell, Dikembe. Farewell. Farewell, Dikembe. Rest in paix, mon ami. Au revoir.
There are few things more satisfying than going back to the old neighborhood, especially when you've done well and want to give something back, which is exactly what Dikembe Mutombo wants to do. For Mutombo, this is the old neighborhood, Kinshasa, the capital of the Democratic Republic of the Congo in Central Africa. And what he plans to give back to these people is a hospital, fully equipped and operational. Mutombo can do that because of what he does in his new neighborhood, Atlanta, where he is the center for the Atlanta Hawks at a salary of more than $11 million a year. But he's a lot more than that.
We have one of the greatest basketball players of our time, Dikembe Mutombo. Pronounce that pretty close.
Yes, it's Dikembe Mutombo, Polano Mukama, Dikembe Mutombo.
Dikembe Mutombo is on a personal crusade.
I am in the process to build a new general hospital with 300 beds, which will cost between $11 to $14 million.
And he's pledged $3 million of his own money and set up a foundation to work on the hospital. Mutombo lives just outside Atlanta with his wife Rose and their 5 children, 4 of them adopted nieces and nephews. When Mutombo's not on the court, he's in his office reviewing catalogs for medical equipment and supplies and going over the plans for the hospital. Mutombo believes that as an athlete who makes millions, this is something he has to do.
We have Dikembe Mutombo here with us.
It's a message he's trying to spread to other athletes. Here on a sports radio talk show with John Thompson, who was his coach in college.
We have an obligation to give something back to the place we come from.
Dikembe, where does that come from, giving back?
It's a family tradition.
A family tradition inherited from his deeply religious parents, his father Samuel and his mother Biamba. But building a hospital was his idea.
Where does this dream of building a hospital come from? Why do you have to build it?
You just tired of seeing people dying.
You're tired of seeing people die?
Dying at a young age.
Dying at a young age is something Mutombo knows about firsthand.
This is where I grew up.
Where he's from in the Congo, it happens all the time. When we went home with him to Kinshasa, the whole neighborhood turned out to welcome him back. He showed us the house where he grew up with 20 relatives.
That's you as a baby?
Yes.
And told us about his dream as a high school student who excelled in math and science to go to America, become a doctor, and return home to practice medicine. Mutombo's father was a school superintendent who never earned more than $37 a month. So from the age of 7, Mutombo worked in this neighborhood market to help pay for his education.
How much money did you make selling it?
$2, $3 a day.
A day? That's a lot of money.
It was a lot of money.
And how much would it cost you to buy the things you sold? What was your profit?
Maybe $1.50.
So you
and when I made $1 that day, I'm a happy man.
If you made $1 a day, you were a happy man.
Mutombo didn't learn to play basketball until he was a senior in high school. His first time on the court, or on this court, he tripped over his own feet, fell, and cut his chin.
I didn't know how to land like this. So I landed
With your chin.
I was like this. I don't have a place. Then I said, I'm not going to play basketball no more.
But he did. And when Georgetown University's legendary Coach Thompson heard about this 7-footer, he eventually gave Mutombo an athletic scholarship. 3 years into Georgetown, Mutombo abandoned a career in medicine, realizing he could do more for his people with a paycheck from the NBA than as a doctor in the Congo.
There was a chance that I can go and make a couple millions.
Let me ask you what it was like when you got your first paycheck as a basketball player for the Denver Nuggets. When you looked at that check,
I couldn't believe it. First, when I signed the contract, I hugged my lawyer. I hugged him so long, like he was my wife. I just couldn't believe it. I'm a millionaire.
In his 9 years in the NBA, Mutombo has emerged as one of the most dominating centers in professional basketball. with a reputation for rebounding, blocking shots, swinging elbows, occasionally causing injuries.
You've been criticized for the way that you play, the injuries caused by your elbows.
It's part of my game. I don't do it on purpose, but I just ask for my territory, and then when I don't get it, I like to get it. I That's my signature there. Let people know just can't fly in the house of Mutombo without permission.
You cannot fly in the house of Mutombo without permission.
Yeah.
And you don't give permission to come over here.
Mutombo took that same aggressive approach along with a team of health experts to the Congo last summer. At times, it looked like an official state visit with meetings to attend and government ministers to meet. One of the places they visited was Kinshasa General Hospital. If patients can't afford to buy their medicine, they go without. And so does the hospital. It has almost none in stock. Take a look at its pharmacy. This is it.
What about the general health conditions of the people here?
I think it's God's miracle for what I've seen, and to see that these people still surviving.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
The public health situation in the Congo is grim, made even worse by an armed rebellion that's ravaged the country. 1 out of 5 children don't make it to their 5th birthday. And if you're a mother, there's a 1 in 14 chance you won't survive childbirth. Diseases easily preventable or treatable elsewhere kill here, as we found out when we went with Mutombo to a local clinic.
This is the most sophisticated piece of equipment you have here.
For this liver health center, that's all.
It's run by Dr. Leon Kintauti, American-trained Congolese doctor. He told us about an incident in a village that shows just how deadly childhood diseases here can be.
I actually witnessed 32 deaths in that village because of measles.
Because of measles.
Measles.
Measles is virtually, you get measles.
And I was helpless.
Measles still kill here because most Congolese don't get a vaccination, and if they get the disease, they can't afford medicine or treatment. Clinics like this make do with poor facilities, limited resources, and limited personnel.
You know what strikes me as we sit here? When you went to America, you went to become a doctor.
Yes.
If you had followed that through, this is where you would be and what you would be doing.
Yes. It's just when you are raised in this type of environment, your heart stays here.
That's right.
Whatever you accomplish in your life, your heart stays here.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, and all who were touched by the extraordinary life of Dikembe Mutombo, I am someone, like many of us